Okay. Is that in? Because sometimes it just comes loose. Cool. Um, Welcome to this session of What Up, guys? Will Brooks here with another session of Thoughts Out Loud Experiment. This is session 45. Let me first start by saying I apologize. I've missed a few days. Been a lot going on. Um, we've had the night class that I have going on, where I was working, essentially working nights, attending a class that was being offered stateside, and now it really threw me off. I feel weird because oh wow, it's time to go to bed. Anyway, that's my alarm telling me get ready to go to sleep because I want to wake up at 4:45 in the morning, and I'm probably gonna do another one of these. So I missed a couple of episodes or a couple of sessions of Thoughts Out Loud. Had a lot. Trying to organize everything is getting a lot harder. Like seriously, I've never been really good at organizing, but now that I've got more going on, it's more evident and like it's just magnified that now that I'm trying to do so much and trying to get things knocked out or just trying to get things. I don't know. Now that I'm trying to create, I'm just running into a lot of roadblocks, I guess, both internal and external. And I think really what I want to start on, or what I want to talk about, even today and for like the next few days, is the internal struggle that I have. And I mean, it's I forgot who wrote Prescott. I forgot who wrote the War of Art, but they talk about resistance and like just this force, this seemingly, I don't know. There's just this force that seems to try to stop you from doing what you want to do, and it happens like all the time, right? Like it happened today when I was trying to shoot my video about the change in office setup. If you don't notice that, if you haven't noticed yet, I have a different setup. I have a different light source, and you'll see that in a video coming on All Things Will. But yeah, like it's just been. It seems like it's just been a lot trying to stop me from doing what I want to do. And I know other people can relate to this. I know Ant can, because it just seems like the world tries to get in the way when you try to move forward, or when you try to just move on, or make moves, or take action. Um, but I think, but I think all that is external, right? Like all that's external influence. I'm talking about the internal stuff, like the things that you come up with, or the things that you do that stop you do to yourself to stop you, the roadblocks you put up for yourself. And I read something. In fact, am I gonna pause this because I can't remember exactly what the line is, but I read something. Um, it's actually an email from Tim Ferriss that he sent out to everybody, talking about the questions that people had from his Toni Robbins interview. And I guess he recently interviewed Toni Robbins again. I was just talking about him interviewing Toni Robbins like early in the week, but that was like months ago, years ago actually. It was in 2015 if I remember correctly. But this one he talked about like the default setting of the human brain, and he talked about how your brain is wired for survival. I got so much dust on my glasses I could barely even look at the camera. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and push past. Actually, we'll push past it with no glasses on because this is even better. This I'd rather not see than see through what I was looking through a minute ago. So anyway, oh, and I want to see what the glare looks like versus me without glasses and me with glasses. Now you're gonna see me squint. In any case, um, he talked about how the default mode for your brain is survival. So anything you do that's risky, your brain tries to deter you from doing it. And I'm not doing it justice here. I should have read it before I even jumped on here. Um, as a matter of fact, I'm going to read it. It's going to be a quick break in Thoughts Out Loud, just so I can read that. I might even bring it up on the screen right here or something like that, or afterwards, and then talk about that real briefly because it kind of resonated with me. So let me go ahead and let me switch things up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I finally found it. Here we go. Um, so he recently interviewed Toni Robbins for his new book, Unshakable: Your Financial Freedom Playbook. But he had this "How to Suffer Less" section, and let me just briefly read it to you guys. The human brain isn't designed to make us happy and fulfilled. It's designed to make us survive. This 2 million year old organ is always looking for what's wrong, for whatever can hurt us, so that we can either fight it or take flight from it. And that's kind of that's kind of the big deal about this, and that's what really resonated with me. Like, your brain is just geared, it's just designed to make you, like, protect yourself. And I think it's why we have such a hard time, just such a hard time putting ourselves out there. And some of us have such a hard time just stopping what we're doing, exiting, just even getting out of our comfort zone, because your brain is like geared to tell you, like, your comfort zone is, you consider your comfort zone for a reason, right? Because comfort is, you can equate comfort to safety, and once you step out of that safety zone and into parts unknown, parts of discomfort, then you kind of, it's, you need something else motivating you. Like, you're just raging against your own brain at that point. Um, and I think I'm struggling with that so much. Not so, and it's crazy. Like, as I get more comfortable, I expect it to struggle with it less. And I guess I don't know what it is with me. I think maybe it's just motivation, lack of motivation, or something along those lines. I really can't figure it out. I'm really struggling to figure out. I'm aching, like I'm dying to figure out what's going on with myself. And so what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna get out there and really look and search for things, or like seminars and just talks, or topics of, like, lack of motivation, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, okay, it happened over and over again this weekend, where I'm like, okay, let me get up and create something, because I want to create something. I want to do something creative every weekend, whether, and even if it's not that creative, like, this isn't really that creative. I'm just sitting here talking about somebody else's insight, or somebody else's words, basically somebody else's, a quote from someone else. But I'm, just getting up and recording it and sharing my thoughts and making something for a project of mine, because these are all side projects. They're just things I do in my spare time. And I don't know why I have such a hard time doing it. It doesn't make any sense, because it's, even when I don't have the camera on, I'm still doing it, right? Like, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still watching stuff and commenting on it, and just thinking to myself, man, what does this mean? What does that mean for me? Or how can I apply this to myself and kind of better my situation, better, like, feed my desire to go and create in whatever space I end up creating in. Do something for Soul Weaver. I watched something today, or I actually watched Whitney Bay kind of just do a quick Instagram story where she's live with, like, this K-pop group. I don't even know who they are, but she's just doing. I don't want to do exactly that, but I do want to, like, flip on my freaking Instagram and do an Instagram story with somebody that I'm collabing with, and just show, like, my viewers and my readers and my listeners that I'm doing something for them. I'm fighting, I'm out there creating for them in my spare time, and I can't do that right now, or can, but it just doesn't happen right now. Um, and I'm the only one stopping me at this point. And even when you realize it, even when you get to the point where you're like, okay, so all this time I've been thinking it's the world that's stopping me. I realize that it's only me stopping me, but you still have to stop yourself from stopping. Like, you can realize it in your head. The concept, the theory is easy to wrap your mind around, but then you have to traverse the obstacles you put in front of yourself. And that's where I'm kind of struggling. I'm just like, okay, all right, we got to figure out a way to really get out there and just make stuff, man. Just get out there and just make videos. Get out there and just make put together blog posts, or just do, like, on the spot podcasts where I just stop where I am and pull out my little blue microphone if I have it with me, and then just put something together. Or even if I don't have it with me, take my freaking cell phone and then just create right there. Just put something together, make something right there. And I really want to do that, but there's just so much. Is it doubt? I don't know if it's doubt, or if it's just, there's just so much self-resistance. And so, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and embark on a project to kind of find out what, I don't know, to take some action to stop that from happening. Like I want, like I don't think I need any more of the theory, right? Like I don't need anybody else telling me, well, it's just this in your head. Even though reading this from Toni Robbins and Tim Ferriss is motivating and it's inspiring, there's got like I need some exercises to go take action. Like when I don't know when Tim Ferriss was saying go buy somebody coffee and interact with them. I need a version of that for creating like YouTube videos or doing like ad hoc podcasts, ad hoc on the spot podcast episodes, or just creating. And so yeah, that's what I'm really struggling with. I wish I was more. I just wish I was more on the spot. Do it. Like I just wish I was just like, because it's not even. There's no thought process. Like the internal. Again, it's all working upstairs all the time. Anyway, all I have to do is get it from my brain and from my mouth to a source where I can share it with people, and it's really not that hard. Like I have all the logistics of it worked out. It's just the yearning, I guess, or the desire to do it, or just the will maybe to just go forth and do it. I don't know. It's still a fight, even now. So yeah, I guess that's all I got. Um, Let me know if you go through these internal struggles with yourself, or if you find yourself like getting in your own way. I'm sure we all do to a certain extent, but really, like really, um, it's kind of strange. It's like people say about like knowing how to get in shape. You know you have to do exercises. You know you have to follow a diet. You know how to get your body to look the way you want it to look, but you just don't do it. And I thought there's a reason for that, right? For physical exertion, like you have to go through the pain, no gain type thing, to a certain extent, or that you have to go in like the pain or the inconvenience of creating your own food or cooking yourself or just getting down to the gym, and you have to go through that consistency. But creating videos isn't that pain, or creating content isn't that same kind of pain. I think really what it is um, I don't know. Maybe what it is that sometimes I create content, I put a lot of work into it, I get it out there, and no one sees it. But then it's just on me to go and share it and put it out there and make sure it gets in front of some eyes. And I still don't do that. I got a lot of things that I struggle. When I look back on it and I look at myself and I'm like, why didn't I share that? You know what? I'm gonna get home and share that tonight. And I get home and I think subconsciously or even consciously, I don't end up sharing it. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to just jump in and share my stuff and flash my stuff to everybody, or just broadcast in a group and then disappear. Uh, all kind of things, man. So yeah, that's a pretty heavy, not heavy, but a pretty me unloading on you in thoughts out loud. That's not the purpose of thoughts out loud. Actually, I'm supposed to bring in like advice, I guess, or just the way I cope with things like this. And actually, this is one thing I don't have anything to cope with. So you'll probably hear me. You will hear me revisit this a few times over the next few weeks, I think, because I'm really gonna delve into whatever is out there to kind of get over this and things like that. In fact, I mean, thoughts out loud is a mechanism I try to do to get over this feeling, or this uh, this phenomena that is not being able to do something that I really want to do so badly. I don't know, it's pretty crazy. I'm done talking your ear off. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here. I still need to make another video where I talk about this setup change, and I did a bunch of footage and had no sound because one of the connectors on my microphone tends to come loose, so I have to find a way to redo that, so I gotta watch that footage. I'll be doing Thoughts Out Loud first thing in the morning tomorrow, and I don't know. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. If you like this video, or if you feel what I'm going through, hit like and comment. Let me know you're going through it in the process. I know I'm not the only one, and if you went through it and you're not going through it anymore, you're finding a better way to cope with it, please let me know. Or if you find somebody who shares information about, the resistance we provide for ourselves, please let me know, because I'm looking to get over it. Obviously, I might reread Art of War or War of Art to start. I don't know. Need some exercises. I'll holler at you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.